Have you ever found yourself scrolling late at night and you know you should stop, but you just can't? Well, there's a battle for your attention happening right inside your phone. And here's the thing, it's a fight that was designed for you to lose. We're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden psychology of social media.
I mean, this sounds super familiar, right? It's that weird feeling of being all revved up, but totally unsatisfied. You grab your phone to maybe just chill out for a minute, and then an hour disappears, and you just feel drained. But you know you're going to do it again because that pull is just so strong. The real question is, why?
It's so easy to just blame yourself, to think, I just need more discipline, or I have zero self-control. But what if I told you that it has almost nothing to do with your willpower? What if you're actually caught in a trap, a feedback loop that was deliberately built by people who understand how your brain works, maybe even better than you do?
That feeling of being totally hooked, it isn't some accident, it isn't a bug in the system, it's the main feature. These platforms, they're not just neutral places to connect. They are very, very carefully designed environments, all engineered for one purpose, to capture and hold on to your attention. Let me be super clear about this. That compulsion to just keep scrolling, it's not random. It's the result of literally thousands of hours of testing and billions of dollars, all poured into one single goal, keeping your eyeballs glued to that screen for as long as humanly possible. And look, this isn't some sci-fi plot. It's a real academic field. Places like Stanford University's Persuasive Technology Lab have spent decades researching exactly how to build products that change what we do and how we think. And a whole lot of the people who studied there went on to build the very apps sitting on your phone right this second. And don't just take my word for it. This isn't some kind of conspiracy theory. You have former insiders, people like Tristan Harris, who is a design ethicist at Google, who've been sounding the alarm on this for years. They call it a race to the bottom of the brainstem. Why? Because these apps are built to bypass your rational brain and go straight for your most primitive, impulsive drives. And this is where the big conflict lies. We kind of think these tools are built to help us, right? That's what user-centered design is supposed to be about. But in today's attention economy, the real goal is persuasive design. The most important number isn't how happy you are, it's simply how much of your time they can get. Because in the end, your time is the product they're selling. All right, so how do they actually pull this off? What's the secret? Well, the psychological engine driving all of this is surprisingly simple, and it's the exact same one that powers every casino in Las Vegas. Think about it like this. Every single time you pull down on your screen to refresh that feed, you are essentially pulling the lever on a slot machine. You have no idea what you're going to get. Could be nothing. Could be kind of interesting. Or it could be a jackpot, a hilarious video, a juicy piece of gossip, a message you've been waiting for. Okay, so there's a fancy psychological term for this. It's called a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. And you need to know this because it is the most powerful tool known for creating compulsive habits. See, if you got a great reward every single time, you'd actually get bored pretty fast. It's the unpredictability, the maybe, that keeps your brain hooked. That uncertainty is the addiction. And I mean, the parallels are they're undeniable. Pulling the lever is pulling to refresh. The real spinning is that little loading icon. And that unpredictable payout, it's not 3 cherries in a row. It's that one perfect post that gives you a little jolt and keeps you coming back for more. It is literally a slot machine in your pocket. And it goes way beyond just the refresh mechanic. Think about it. Infinite scroll gets rid of any natural place to stop, like the bottom of a page. Autoplay just rolls into the next video, removing your choice to even continue. That little red notification badge? Yeah, that's not an accident. The color red triggers urgency in our brains. They even manipulate how they show you likes, sometimes holding them back and then delivering them all at once to give you a bigger, more unpredictable dopamine hit. So all of this engineered engagement, it's got to come at a price, right? And it does. It puts a kind of cognitive tax on your mind that is shockingly similar to the stress caused by a totally different kind of scarcity, financial scarcity. So to get this, we have to talk about something called cognitive load. Just think of your brain's attention and decision-making power as a finite resource, okay? Like the battery on your phone. Every little thing you do drains that battery just a little bit. Now, really interesting research on the psychology of poverty shows that the constant grinding stress of trying to make ends meet, juggling bills, worrying about rent, it puts a massive tax on your brain's battery. When you're constantly worried about money, you have way less mental bandwidth for anything else, whether that's planning for the future or just simple self-control. This quote from the researchers just nails it. It's a tightrope balancing act. That nonstop focus you need just to not fall off financially, it eats up your mental resources and it leaves you completely exhausted. And now here's the kicker. This is the crucial link. The social media feed, with its endless stream of new stuff, tiny little decisions, emotional ups and downs, constant notifications, it puts a very, very similar tax on your mind. It might feel like a bunch of trivial little things, but it's constantly draining your mental battery, one swipe at a time.
I mean, just look at this side by side. The effects are kind of scary. They're so similar. Both of these mindsets trap you in the immediate moment. Financial scarcity makes you focus only on the next bill, and that hurts your ability to save for the future. Attention scarcity makes you focus only on the next post, and that destroys your ability to do deep, focused work. Both of them lead to this cycle of short-sighted, counterproductive behavior.
So, if we're up against billions of dollars and some of the smartest engineers in the world, what are we supposed to do? How can we possibly fight back? Well, the good news is we can, and it's not about having some kind of superhuman willpower. You have to get this. You can't win an arms race by just trying harder. You win by changing the rules of the game. This is all about strategy. It's about redesigning your own environment so it works for you instead of against you. So here are 4 really practical steps. 1, remove the cues. Go into your settings and turn off every single notification that isn't from an actual human being. No cue, no craving. 2, add friction. Get those social media apps off your home screen. Bury them in a folder on the second page. That tiny little extra effort gives your rational brain a split second to catch up and ask, do I really want to do this? 3, replace the behavior. Find something else that helps you decompress, but doesn't have that slot machine mechanic. Reading a book, listening to music, whatever. And 4, honestly, this is the toughest one. Learn to tolerate being bored. Your brain is going to scream for that quick hit of stimulation, but if you can just sit with that discomfort for a minute, it will pass. So, please, the next time you find yourself stuck in that scroll hole, feeling that weird mix of stimulation and emptiness, do not add self-blame to the equation. You're not broken. You are a normally functioning human with a brain that is doing exactly what it was engineered to do by these systems. We know now that our attention is this incredibly valuable, limited resource. It can be drained, just like a bank account. So in an economy that literally runs on capturing that attention, I'll just leave you with this question. When you give yours away for free, who's really getting rich?